Alright, what's going on, guys? Episode 6 of the Berserk Memorial Edition. Let's get right into it. Now, Baskan uses his archers to slow down Griffith's army. Now, because Genin is worried that Griffith might die, he decides to enter the battlefield. Griffith then orders his troops to withdraw, which confuses Baskan. Genin, not wanting to lose the opportunity to lose Griffith, orders the army to pursue him, and to whoever captures him can name the reward. Now, I thought this was kind of interesting because there's a slight variation in the name of Genin's army from the Memorial Edition to the movies. Now, in the Memorial Edition, it's called Serpent Scorpion Fierce Attack Knights, and in the movies, it's called Spider Scorpion Storm Attack Knights. So, a slight difference there. I actually prefer the Memorial Edition. Serpent Scorpion sounds a little more menacing, to be honest with you, but Spider Scorpion is fine as well. Now, Baskan agrees to Genin's demands, but tells one of his soldiers that he wants Griffith dead. There technically is a new scene here, although it's debatable. Now, right before they have the introductory song, they have a brief still shot of Baskan with some added shading and whatnot, which is kind of cool because it kind of reminds me of the 1997 anime in a way. They did a lot of scenes like that where they would just kind of pan away from an image or pan to the side of an image, so that's kind of cool. Again, it doesn't really add any content or context to the situation, but I thought it was a nice little detail there. Interesting bit of information as well, this whole thing where Baskan tells one of his soldiers that he wants Griffith dead never actually happens in the manga. This is anime original content. Now, the Band of the Hawk fights the Tudor army, and as we see, Charlotte is praying by the statue of the Holy See. With the main forces gone, Casca and a small contingency invades the stronghold. Guts and Baskan start their battle, and Baskan's right-hand man aims to take Griffith's head while he's not paying attention. But Genin charges in and puts a stop to this by eliminating him. Now, this is anime original content as well. This never happened in the manga, and to be honest with you guys, I'm not a big fan of this scene. Genin's supposed to be this pudgy, useless ruler. He's not supposed to be this badass military officer, so I thought this was a bit unnecessary, to be honest with you. And then after he does this, he even suspects that it's Baskan's doing. Inside the castle walls, Casca is tricked by Adon, but eventually steals his sword and thrusts it into the back of his throat. And the reason she stole this sword is because her own sword was broken. In the manga, however, it's Guts' sword that breaks, not Casca's. Also, Adon used a crossbow to injure Casca in the manga, but that didn't happen in the anime. On the battlefield, Guts defeats Baskan by using a flag as a distraction so that he can cut off his head. Obviously, the big difference here is that Guts' sword doesn't break, and because of this, it doesn't necessitate Zod throwing him a new sword. Unfortunately for us, though, we don't get to see Zod in this scene. Genin then begs Griffith to spare his life, but the leader of the Band of the Hawk merely says that he was a pebble in his path. He then finishes him off. Now, in the movie, we go straight back to Windham, where a celebratory parade is held for the Band of the Hawk. In the manga, two important things happen before this event. First, we see Guts and Casca having a moment together. One in which Guts picks her up, since she's injured of course, and Casca blushes. This further accentuates their relationship and their burgeoning feelings for each other, which I think is very pivotal to their overall character arcs. So it's kind of a shame that the movies don't show this scene. Now, the other scene that was deleted was the Queen conspiring with Foss and the other Midland nobles to eliminate Griffith. Now, the parade finally occurs, and there's two interesting differences. Now, these differences are rather trivial. It's not like it really makes it or breaks it for the anime, but I'll just point them out nonetheless. My man Corcus does not dab in the anime. Nor does he do the Hulk Hogan posing. And then secondly, in the anime, Casca actually accepts the flowers that are given to her, and she actually looks really sweet in this scene. However, I think that can be seen as a hindrance because Casca is supposed to be this warrior, this rough and tough person. We don't really see her sweeter side until much later. Now, in the manga, she's actually quite embarrassed by the situation, which obviously I prefer over the anime. And yeah, that's about it for this episode, guys. In episode 7, we're going to do the banquet, and tell me what you guys saw of this episode. Obviously, there was no new content, but, you know, it is what it is. We kind of suspected that. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.